Hi guys. I wanted to do a quick video today to address reading music. Now, this is not something that I'm going to use an awful lot in the rest of these videos, but I wanted to make sure that I covered it because it is really an important area as a if you're looking to develop as a musician. Now, I studied music a long time ago and I got quite good at reading music. But after leaving college, I found that I wasn't really using it in the bands that I was playing in, so I let it slide. Now, years later, I started picking it up again, and it's really, really hard to, it's basically learning to read another language. And when you do that after a long, long time, it's hard to really pick up again. So, if you're just starting out on the bass, then I'd really encourage that it's something worthwhile investing some time into. Obviously, within the context of the bands you're playing with, you may or may not use reading music, and there are ways around learning stuff without it. But as a sort of approach, as a complete musician, it's a really useful way to sort of pick up stuff. So I've got a few recommendations of ways to work on this. Obviously, there's books of music and loads of stuff online for any given band that you might want to be learning stuff for. But if you just want general music reading practice, there's a few series of books out there. Now, I've used these ones before. The Rock School. Don't be fooled by the name, it covers a whole load of genres. But these are really good because they have a series of them that start from debut level, which is like pre level 1 or pre grade 1. Really, really simple reading music, up to grade 8, which is much, much more complex. These ones came with backing tracks on CD. You could probably get them as MP3 downloads now, but these are a bit older. So they're really good to sort of build up levels. There's a whole load of guys, great tuition people, writing books at the moment. I'm working through one from a guy called Yannick Guizdala. This is Jazz Vocabulary for Electric Bass. Again, don't be put off by the jazz moniker on there. This is a whole load of exercises and covers from really simple exercises up to more complex stuff. Something that these books also cover for the electric bass is that they'll give you the written music, but also the tablature. Now, tab is something that is useful. I would say don't rely on it. You'll find it a lot on the internet. Tab is basically a type of written music that has bars representative of the strings of the bass and shows you the numbers of where you put your fingers on the frets of the bass. It's quite useful for picking up stuff quickly, but it's not a good substitute for proper written music. But also there's a whole load of really old school stuff. This one's a really old book that I've worked through before, which is New Method for the Double Bass. This kind of predated the electric bass, I think, in its original format. But as long as it's in bass notation, then you can use anything on the electric that you can on the upright. I mean, the main reason for this is that anything written in musical notation is relevant to what you play, and it's a way of communicating. It's like I said, it's like a written language, and if somebody's written this down, then it's something you can learn to play, and that's always useful to have in your tool bag. So I'm not going to try and teach you to read music because I feel that's not my speciality, and there's a lot of guys that can do that a hell of a lot better than I can. But I just wanted to put out a video there as for completeness more than anything, to encourage you to look into it and to give it a go. So that's it for today, and I'll see you next time.